Hello, dear listeners from across the world. Welcome to our podcast, Should I Watch That? I am Janet.
And I am Rachel. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I
Yes.
find myself in a mood this evening as we record. So
Janet had a late work meeting, so
Mhm.
she's halfway brain dead. And I find myself in the same predicaments when I have lots of work meetings because you've got all the corporate jargon and you've got to be real peppy and happy and pretend a lot. So
At least we didn't do a deep dive. So anyway.
And did you get any time back, Janet?
No, I did not get 3 minutes back in my day.
Rude.
Oh,
So
but
rude. Anyways.
we did promote synergy, and what else did we do?
We could do a whole episode of corporate speak.
We got feedback from all the relevant stakeholders. So anyway,
Did you also have the bandwidth to go through the entire deck?
Do you know what I heard somebody say one time? And in the meeting, I know he said it, and not this meeting tonight. This was a few years ago, but at least 4 times in the meeting, a man who was leading the call to review the slides and whatever used the phrase, "We can massage the data a little bit."
Ugh.
I have never felt so creeped out in my entire life. Oh
Yeah,
my
I don't like
God. And the first time he said it, massage the data, at first I thought maybe he's just being silly. But no. He said it again and again in a very serious professional tone of voice, and it was the most horrible thing in the world. Anyway.
You should never be saying massage in a corporate setting unless it's about massage chairs for a wellness event, because I've done that. Yes. I've organized those events. But that's different than massaging the data. That's bad. That's not corporate speak, everyone, that you should use.
No, never.
No, note to self and listeners.
Whew. Lessons learned.
Anyways, today.
Why are we here?
Okay, I'll get us started. So today we're going to talk about the movie Him. And that was released this year, 2025. The director was Justin Tipping. And the producer was Jordan Peele. Another Jordan Peele movie. Excuse me. And it was officially released on September 19th. So the main cast, we've got Marlon Wayans as Isaiah White. Tyreek Withers as Cameron Cam Cade. You've got Julia Fox as Elsie White, which is Isaiah's wife. Tim Heidecker as Tom, and Jim Jeffries as Marco. And just a little overview of the plot here. The film follows Cam Cade, a promising young football talent whose career is jeopardized after a traumatic brain injury, just as he's about to make a big break. He's then invited by his idol, Isaiah White, a star quarterback nearing the end of his career, to spend time at Isaiah's isolated training compound. What begins as mentorship and elite training turns into something much darker, a ritualistic psychological ordeal where ambition, sacrifice, and control become intertwined.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Go ahead,
I
Janet.
would say this movie could also be described as a football movie that's not all about football.
Janet.
And so I was on a work trip in California back in September, and I didn't have any plans for an evening, and I saw that this movie was playing, so I went to see it by myself and lost my little mind.
Mhm.
And then when I see Rachel, I'm telling her about it, and I'm like, "I am coming to your house, and we're gonna
Yes.
order pizza, and we're gonna watch this movie together," because I wanted to see it a
Yes.
second time.
Mhm.
And I never I did not recognize Tyreek Withers, one of the main characters who plays Cameron Cade. Had I have probably seen him and stuff, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yes, he was so
Marlon
good.
Wayans, brilliant.
Mhm.
I mean, do it
So
get better.
real.
Do it get
Yeah.
better. I don't know that it do.
Does
Um, yeah, what you said.
um go ahead.
Okay. So one of the
Okay.
things that okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Okay. So one of the things that I liked so much about this movie is from the beginning, I had trouble distinguishing between what might actually be real
Yeah.
and what actually might be hallucinations or visions
Mhm.
or some kind of out of body experience that characters were having. And anything that keeps me guessing like that, like almost always gets my vote.
Yes.
And this movie, I feel like it does it through the whole friggin' movie almost until you finally start to realize what's real and what's an experience, kind of. Or do you? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot going on. And
I'm sorry. Like, yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us. No. Okay.
no, really. So dear listener, Janet did come over. We did order pizza and eat it. Uh Myself, Janet, and my daughter. We had a great time, and my daughter was very upset that she had to go to bed for us to watch a scary movie without her. So, but luckily she stayed in bed.
Mhm.
She didn't get up because if she did, she'd be very confused by what she saw on the TV with this movie. um, the movie's pretty gory. I will say that there's a lot of blood and things happening.
Mhm.
Um, but I will say I thought it was very interesting. Okay, not only was the acting phenomenal, and Tyreek is a beautiful human being.
Mhm. Agree.
I enjoyed looking at him the whole movie, both with and without clothes on. Um, Marlon Wayans, I thought he did an amazing job also. I was saying to Janet, I was like, you know what? I'm so used to seeing Marlon in like comedy, like
Mhm.
comedic roles, and like he's always like this goofy guy. So it was interesting to see him in a more serious role, and I think he killed it. He did such a great job with the emotion because basically his character, and I mentioned this to Janet, he reminded me of a more interesting Tom Brady.
A slightly
S-
psychotic Tom Brady.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady is like a piece of toast. That's the best analogy for his personality. You know what I mean? He's
Right.
great at football, but nothing else. Um, Marlon is similar, right? He's this guy that was like great at football and like played all these years and had all these championships and won all these rings and did like amazing. Um, which reminds me of Tom Brady, except Marlon was much more interesting. But the undertone of the movie is like selling your soul. What would you
Mhm.
sell your soul for? What wouldn't you do for success or victory or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Um and I don't think we want to give spoilers.
No. Like, you need to
Be-
experience this
you
real
need to
time.
experience this movie. Yes. So should I watch that? We'll just go ahead and say now. Yes.
Yes. Like, as soon as you finish listening to our podcast, because we have so
Yeah.
much. good things to say. But go watch it. You can
Yes,
catch it on it's on Amazon now.
you can rent it.
It's
Yeah.
gotta watch it.
Yeah. It's really, really good. There's a lot of symbolism in the sets, in the characters. There's these like super fans.
Mhm.
There's these super fans. So the football team is called the Saviors, which is
There you go.
also interesting juxtaposition to the whole selling your soul to the devil part.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of imagery around the devil and like whatever. There's also these super fans, right? When Tyreek, his character Cam, pulls up to Isaiah White's compound or house, whatever, where he's going to this training camp. And these super fans camp out at the entrance to this property and they're like crazed and they're like wild and they're weird.
Mhm.
But you see that too in football fans in real
Yes.
life.
Tailgating.
Well, I mean, I'm saying in like the blind devotion to a team or a
Yes.
player.
Yes.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. And some other things happen later with these fans that is wild. We won't spoil, but I really thought that like theme in the movie with the fans and like how people idolize
Mhm.
athletes. And yes, they are incredible. Athletes do things that regular people cannot do physically,
Mhm.
right? But to what extent?
Well, and do they deserve millions and millions of dollars
Yes,
for
correct.
doing something they're good at?
Correct.
Right? There are things I'm good at, but I don't get paid millions and millions of dollars to do them. Like, eh, and that's always kind of been a pet peeve of mine. If you sign a $10 million contract to go play football, where or basketball or baseball, where's your donation to the homeless population in your state? Where's your donation to all the schools in your state? Anyway.
Well, and
Hmm.
there's with professional athletes, I think, listen, I'm going to put on my little psychology hat, okay?
Mhm.
And I think that I'm pretty sure at some point I watched, maybe it was a 30 for 30 on ESPN or something, some documentary that talked about how a lot of professional athletes come from poverty.
Mhm.
They come from poverty and then they are given all this money and they don't know what to do with it. And then they end up broke.
Mhm.
That happens to a lot of professional athletes. And I think that's really interesting because you kind of come from nowhere and then you end up paying for your mom, your cousins, your sisters, your uncles, all of these. You're paying all these phone bills, you're paying all these house bills. You're trying to
Cars.
help everybody and then you get injured. Okay. So in the movie, and this is not really a spoiler, it happens at the beginning, but in the beginning, Isaiah, this amazing quarterback, he has this catastrophic injury during a game where his leg is broken and it's like dangling, and they make it a point to show that it's really gross.
Mhm.
Um, and Cam is a little kid at this point, and he's watching, and his dad's like, "Look at this," you know. Um, but it's like, how do you come back from that? You're not going to have the finances. You're not going to be able to support the people you're supporting. So, what would you do to continue to live that lifestyle? And that's basically, I think, kind of the premise of the movie is like, what wouldn't you do for fame and fortune and to be
How
great at
much
something?
Yes, how much would you sacrifice?
Correct.
Like, the sacrifice is kind of a running theme in it as well. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you sacrifice everything to focus on football. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
else matters. And if nothing else matters and football is the only thing, then where does that leave you as a person?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, there's mom, and yeah, I had a girlfriend, and I have a brother, but none of that matters because I have to go practice, you know?
Right.
And so what do you really gain at the end? Unless, you want to be the idol. You want the feeling when you run out on the field and everybody's screaming your name, the high, the rush, the fame, and all of that's, if that's having never
The
had
fan
that, I can't say if it's good or bad,
right.
but, for some people, there's nothing they wouldn't give to have that on the regular.
Right. And I think that's one of the themes of the movie too is that the fans become your family. Because at one point Isaiah's talking to Cam and he's like, I couldn't have kids.
Mhm,
Football is my life.
mhm.
He's got a wife, but he doesn't really give many shits about her.
Yeah.
He's very intense in the way that he talks about football and how that's the end all be all and the only thing that matters is football and the game matters and this matters and nothing else. And
And
Cam
you
is like, well, I love my family. And I and Isaiah's like, absolutely not,
Right.
basically. Um, but you see, I mean, let's talk about Tom Brady, okay? He basically sacrificed his family for his career,
Mhm.
right? His wife wanted him to retire and he wouldn't, so she left him.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were other things happening, but that was like she wanted him to now, like, you've already done all these things. Can you please be home with me and your family? And he was like, nope. So she was like, peace. And now he's got nothing. He has no personality, no football career, and no wife who's beautiful. So I get it. It's definitely I think kind of a blessing and a curse, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, go
So,
ahead.
something else in the movie that I wanna talk about, some of I mean, like, most of it seemed real, I guess, real as opposed to CGI, but there
Yeah.
were a few scenes, and that's one thing I didn't bring up when we talked about Frankenstein, was that the CGI sucked. Anyway, um, so there's some scenes where Cam and Isaiah are practicing at this elite private sports facility where they are, and there's a tackle
Mhm.
or the and it was just one of the coolest things I've seen because everything fades away and what you see is a brain and a skeleton inside a helmet and a t-shirt or whatever. And they
It
show you like that impact and the way the brain is jarred and it, it's like you get to see a X-ray or MRI of something while it's actually happening. That was so very cool. I really liked the scenes that had that in it.
Yes, I was just going to say it's kind of like x-ray vision
Uh-huh.
to the scene like and it was very cool.
Very
Um
cool.
they did it in a way that was very seamless. So they would start the scene as people and they transitioned very seamlessly into these like x-ray vision
Mhm.
of of them hitting each other and then they bounce off each other. You could see their brains rattling around. You could see their bones doing what their bones do. And then they come back, they separate from each other and then it's them again.
Mhm.
Like they did those scenes very seamlessly and very cool.
Yes. I don't
So I agree with that.
I don't recall seeing something that well done in that
Yeah.
way.
It was
Like
cool.
I've seen Superman movies with the X-ray vision and stuff like that, but this was nothing like that. It was very impressive.
Mhm. Yeah, it was very I mean, Janet and I watched it together
Mhm.
and we were both like, "Whoa!"
Like, that is so cool.
That is so cool how they did that. And they did that in several scenes. Like it was it
Mhm.
cinematically, that was very powerful and impactful. Like it was, and also nerdily, just very cool.
Yeah, because I'm a dork. There,
Yeah.
there's also a scene, I guess probably at the end of the movie, that is it reminded me of a Tarantino kind of movie. And I
Oh
really
yeah.
appreciated the final big scene in the movie will
Oh
just
yeah.
it'll knock your socks off is what it'll do.
100%. The way that movie ends, both me and Janet were like, "Oh my god! Ah! Ah! Ah!" we were both into it. We both
It
liked the
was
ending quite a bit. And we won't tell you what happens, but just put on your socks and hold on to them because they'll
mhm.
be blown off. It was
Lest
good.
hold on to them lest they be blown off by that last scene. It was just
Correct.
spectacular.
It was a very chef's kiss ending.
Mhm.
It was great. And very Jordan Peele too. Like his films are always have very deeper meanings and have themes and endings that you don't expect. And this was no different. It was really good. And honestly, as soon as it ended, I was like, Janet, that was so good. And she was like, yeah, I know. That's why I watched it a second time with you over at your house with pizza and your daughter. And I was like, yeah, I, s- I see why.
Uh-huh. Would you call it a horror movie?
Yes. I
Mhm.
mean, it does fall in the horror genre. It's more, yeah, it's definitely horror.
Mhm.
I would say especially because of like the satanic themes and like
Mhm.
all that shit they try to do. Which I get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's so scared of Satan, but Satan only exists in Christianity, y'all. I just thought you should
Mhm.
know.
Mhm. True.
There's no Satan outside of Christianity. Um, so do with that information what you will. But what was I going to say? What did you ask me? See,
If it
my
was a
brain
horror
went,
movie. Goodbye, brain.
yes.
Yeah. I would say yes, it's a horror movie because it's not drama. It's not necessarily a sports drama action. It's got to be horror. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
If you
definitely
have
horror.
to if you have to ask. So, yeah, it's horror.
Yes, because there's a lot of gore. There's a lot of things
Yeah.
happening. There's
Yes.
a lot of blood. We won't
Mhm.
say because of what. Wink, wink.
Nod
You got to
nod.
watch it. You got to watch it to find out where the blood comes from, okay?
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
And after you watch it, you need to email us or hit us up somewhere on Facebook or whatever and let us know that we were
Mhm.
right because
Get on
we
this
are.
go watch it, get on the social meds and be like, "Hey, Janet, Rachel, we loved it. Here's why." Okay?
Mhm.
Because I think you will enjoy it.
The
No,
Meads
it
of
was
the
a great
Soch.
movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And I will tell everyone that the Soch Meds comes from another podcast that I love, called The Box of Oddities, and
Ah, yes.
we are not paid to endorse them, but I love them.
Mhm.
Um, anyways, so that's the Soch Meds,
Soch Meads. Meads of Soch.
the Meds of Soch. So, Janet, should I watch that?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, you
Yes,
should, you did, and maybe you will again.
I might. Although
Yeah.
I rented it, and
Mhm.
I don't think I'll pay for it again, but I'll wait for it to come on HBO or something.
It'll be free
Um, but
again.
but yes, you should watch this, and everyone should watch it. That's old enough to watch it.
I would
No
say any
children.
not child friendly.
No.
Anything with Jordan Peele as a producer director, I have been
Yes.
very impressed with.
Yes.
Keeps me
100%.
guessing. It
Hmm.
confuses me. It makes me think. It makes me
Yes.
talk about it afterward.
Hmm.
That's a good movie. So congratulations, Mr. Peele,
Yes.
for for making Janet
Jordan Peele.
happy.
Jordan Peele, you make Rachel and Janet talk about you. So kudos to you.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we don't like everybody. But anyways,
Anyway.
Thank you, dear listeners, for listening to another episode. Please tune in again. We will be doing some things for the holidays. My sister's about to have a baby, so I'm going to go on hiatus. And we're going to figure out how that's going to look over the next month or so. So, yeah, be ready for some cool content coming up.
And we may or may not have joined the Tiki-Taki today. So we might be uploading some little quick videos and sharing some strong opinions about things that we watch that we may not talk about on the podcast, but we want to keep you updated. It's what
Many
we do,
of the opinions, yes,
do for you, dear
for
listeners.
you.
Know you.
Yes.
All right. Well, there we go.
All right, everybody. There we go. Have a great night, and okay, bye.
Okay, bye. This episode was produced by Ryan Wyrick.
Follow us on Instagram at Should I Watch That 25 and on Facebook at Should I Watch That.
Email us at shouldIwatchthat25@gmail.com.
Like, follow, and review wherever you listen to us.
Or wherever you cast your pods. Thanks.
Thank you.